We are live, and Chris doesn't do intros. That's not part of his contract. So I've got to do the intro for this one, but he'll do most of the talking. So Chris is going to talk about Microsoft 365 Copilot, and it's called the second wave. And there's some neat little features in there. We've been talking about Copilot through a few videos, but I guess this is actually the last video we did. What we're talking about some of the limitations and why people are having problems, but maybe this will get people interested again in Copilot for Microsoft 365. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, so they're just adding more functionality already. Like Python can hook into Excel, Copilot in Outlook. We all have email overload, it's saying. And I think we had something on the Outlook inbox when people use the focus view, they miss things. They're adding a new thing where Copilot helps you quickly get messages that matter. It'll analyze your inbox, and based on the content of your email and of your role, like who you report to in email threads, like the back and forth, it'll start recognizing certain patterns there and setting priorities, ensuring they're marked as the right, like they come in at the top. So it's almost like organizing by importance, which I mean is a step. They're trying to make it a better streamline the process, because we just did a video on how some people don't like, how is it even beneficial? Is it really helping us that much? They mentioned the teams too. Copilot for Teams has changed meetings forever. The way it, you can maybe say something about that, Brian. I think that's that pro feature you tried where it does some AI meeting transcription and pull info out of the call. And
Oh, right. Yeah, that's one of the useful features of the Copilot is that it can summarize meetings and make your meetings more efficient. Because a lot of people like to take notes during the meetings and things like that. So basically, you have an assistant to take your notes, which I think that's a useful feature about it. I do that Outlook feature that you mentioned, where anything where you can offload some brain cycles to AI,
yeah.
I think is useful.
Yeah, because the people, like, I do it. You look at an inbox, I got it up on the monitor, and I just have ticket updates, all kinds of stuff coming in, like direct emails, like it's this noise. Brian likes to call it the noise.
Yeah, there is a lot of noise out there.
But Copilot Pages I found very interesting. The first new digital artifact for the AI age. It's allowing you to have some central hub. So where you prompt it, if we go to, I think it shows you in the video, I'll shut the volume off here, but you'll see where they do the prompt. You get the Copilot up, but it's like I prompting to human collaboration in Word, Excel, whatever, back to prompting AI. So it's almost like a OneNote for generative AI prompting. This is what I'm seeing. They save this document here, and then they can share it out to people, and then they collaborate, and then all of a sudden they're pulling Word documents in. They link certain parts of their prompt. It's almost like a hub, collaboration hub between generative AI prompts and people collaborating. The real example links the doc to them. I can see this being very useful for people that leverage SharePoint. And if they're in marketing or in sales, certain departments where they can make a plan, like the example they show is pretty cool. Like this is the direction I assumed they were going in, but it's almost, that's my best description so far. We're seeing this new wave of Copilot features. Then in Copilot and Excel, it's using Python for a lot of data analysis, like forecasting, risk analysis, machine learning, visualizing complex data. Python's a very flexible language. Like you can do a lot of different things with it and automate things, but especially for anything, any kind of statistical analysis, if we have that right within Excel, like it can use like the raw data they have. If they're looking at a sales forecast, like your numbers fine, it can start taking an analysis of your document.
I see that as useful because, like, you've taken a Python class in college. I don't know anything about Python, but a lot of data analysts use Python nowadays. Yeah. And if you're not a data analyst and didn't go to school for it and didn't take courses in it, I could see this being useful for maybe accounting people who want to have nice, pretty graphs and stuff, but they don't want to learn Python, right?
And the big thing with Python too is you don't really need to, it's a lot of people's first language. Some people debate if it's the best one to learn or not, but it's the syntax. It's not crazy. It looks like human readable text. Insert this, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not like a bunch of curly brackets and like you'd see with Java code or like a batch script. It's easier to read for somebody who's not technically inclined to learn about the language. You can figure out what it's doing.
Yeah, that's cool. Was there anything else that you saw in this article, in this new wave of features?
The narrative builder in PowerPoint helps you work with Copilot like a partner, integrating together to build a great first draft in minutes while keeping control. I hate PowerPoint. Like, it reminds me a like middle school.
Yeah.
But it like using generative AI, you could do this. I remember I had to make a professional portfolio. Generative AI was good for that, but I could have got through it much quicker if I had some integration where I just pull bits and pieces, because I like to remain in control of what I'm putting together. It's giving you more control over your collaboration with it and potentially others in the same Microsoft ecosystem.
Yeah, I think that's Copilot with the PowerPoint is, to me, is very valuable because it gives you that skeleton framework, and then you can tweak it out, like you said, if you want. You still have control over it, but gives you that framework right out of the gate, and then boom, save you a bunch of time.
Yeah, like it's built right into, like, for example, I did a couple PowerPoint slides on a couple coding projects. I had to copy and paste stuff over and edit it in Word and tweak it out, make my adjustments to match what I was already doing, because it's not perfect. You're not going to get, oh, that's exactly, but it gives me like that skeleton framework. But if it's just built right into what you're trying to do, it's saving you a good chunk of time.
Yeah, cool. So does that pretty much summarize it, or was there anything else you wanted to add?
Copilot and OneDrive. Copilot OneDrive is now rolling out and will be available September 2024. We spend too much time trying to find right documents, remember which document has the content we need. Copilot and OneDrive can reason over all your files quickly to find the information you need.
That's useful. I think eventually it'll be integrated into search by default with Windows. Yeah, Copilot with OneDrive, I think is a pretty useful feature.
Yeah. So what is it? And then if you also see in Windows 24 H2, you'll be able to search for a file and share it out via OneDrive right from the Windows search. I can see it hooking in when people sync OneDrive and SharePoint down locally to their local workstation or laptop, and then just right from here, hey, grab this. I think this is what they wanted to do with Cortana before they killed her off.
Yeah, it's nice. Was that a stagehand? Was that your sound guy helping you out in the studio?
No,
I could tell because he had a ponytail. I figured he was one of your groupies.
Yeah, I got plenty of groupies over here. They'll be calling you.
All right, we'll wrap it up there.
All right.
Have a good day, Chris.
You too. Bye.
Bye.